This is Tom with the Brickkicker Home Inspections. We're here at True Blue Real Estate here in Blue Mountains today. We're going to talk a little bit about home inspections, why you would have them. Here in Wisconsin, there's standards of practice that we have to follow, so there are limitations to those. Most often, we're just going to follow what we would call the readily observable conditions of those homes. Basically, we're not going to open up walls, kick holes in drywall, things like that. There's only certain panels we can pull. But bear in mind, if you get there, there may be things that are going on that we can't see. But those things that typically are looked at will be structural, such as your attic and your roof and foundation. We'll look at things such as the mechanicals, furnace, barring the time of year. We'll also look at the air conditioning unit, electrical systems, plumbing systems. We'll run all those fixtures room by room. Inspections are important, whether it's a brand new home or it's a used home already out on the market. A lot of things in disclosures can be misrepresented, or people forget to put things in there that may be going on. And I get it. It's a stressful time buying a home or selling that home. But not all those things are listed. Not everybody is educated on the home. So a home inspection is more than just pointing out problem areas, but it can also be a very educational time for a home buyer, whether it's your first home or your second home or third home for that matter. Some things to keep in mind when you're out during the week working with your realtor or looking at those homes prior to the inspection. Of course, read the disclosure list, they would call that. But things to keep in mind would be those won't always cover everything. People forget stuff. They may not put it in there. They may be misrepresented, if you will. But look for the obvious. Look for water stains in basement walls, especially if they're finished. If the roof's not covered in snow, make sure there's no missing shingles. Loose siding, decks that might have some awkward leaning to them. Them are a lot of the obvious things that are going on. Now, you're probably not going to go run every fixture in the house as you're looking at it with your realtor, run every window, but those are things your inspector may do when they get there, and they may find some of the bigger nuts and bolts that are going on in those homes. The biggest thing with foundations is today most people feel like they can turn any basement into the perfect dry habitable space, which isn't the case when you're talking homes 1920 and older. When you start talking limestone or fieldstone, that's not what those homes were designed to do. The foundation was designed to hold the home up, not keep water out. You could get most of those homes pretty dang good, but the stone foundation type homes won't ever be totally dry. There will be moisture of some sort going on in there. Any crack can lead to water intrusion. There's certain cracks that you're going to want to pay more attention to, if you will. Most horizontal cracks are the ones that you want to pay the closest attention to for structural issues, but if caught early and corrected, a lot of them don't continue to move and may never lead to a structural issue, even at that type of crack, if you will. Cinder block, probably the most prevalent in the 50s. Those, again, there's a lot of, because it's stacked block, there's a lot of cracks and seams that if you do have movement, then tend to be the ones where even structural engineers, their first question is it concrete or cinder block? Because cinder block, if you don't maintain your gutters, maintain your grade, and the cracks develop, they end up being horizontal cracks, they end up moving, and then they got to do some sort of repair. But still, it's still an acceptable foundation type. But, water's the enemy. So grading, gutters, maintaining those things, keeping slabs or patios sloped the right way to keep that water away from the home is key in any home. Wisconsin, not only do we have water intrusion, but things freeze, which can cause heaving and things like that on homes, driveways, sidewalks, I guess the whole 9 yards. It's susceptible to not only moisture, but frost heaving in our climate. A good habit is take that once in the fall, do your once around, look for caulking, any penetrations coming through your sidings or your bricks or whatever your home's exterior may be. Check out the roof. You may also have to do some sealing around plumbing vents or chimneys. Chimneys are notorious for leakage over the life of a home, but keep them sealed up. Interior wise, wipe down the windows, especially if they're wood. Condensation is going to happen, dust is going to happen. You don't want that to start to rot out. If the dry wood does get baked, if you will, lose its polyurethane coating, it ain't a bad idea every few years to retouch that up to help protect that wood. Other maintenance things would be probably around your furnace filter's key. Periodically, at least stick your head up in the attic. Once the inspection's all done, my process, I typically go back to my office and I look at all the photos that I took and make sure that I've covered all the details in the report. I email my reports out the same night. I include summary pages, which will include what I feel are the more significant items that we found that day, which you'll typically want to sit down and discuss with your realtor. He or she may coach you as to the term defect, which is what we consider significantly impacting the home in some way or your health and safety. But the report may also include some things that may not be big in the big picture, but are things that are still important that you may want to at least budget for or be aware of, or even discuss with your realtor if you feel they're impacting your family in some way. So in closing, again, this is Tom with the Brickkicker Home Inspections of Madison, Wisconsin. Hopefully this video has been helpful to understand a little bit about the home inspection process and can also help or assist you as you're looking at homes with your True Blue real estate agent.